Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 199 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian, and we have our players here today. Same as always, we have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. I'll go ahead and jump into a quick recap, and then I think we could get the ball rolling. Currently, the party is now preparing for a large altercation with a Armageddon intending cultist. You guys are currently um, gathering and have gathered a lot of information on what Bosch is up to, where it's going to take place, at least vaguely. You at least have the forest. Um, what is happening there, what could be going on, what items are involved, all from Roshan using magic to peel through the mind of Alvilda after the fact. Alvilda currently on her way to be judged by the scales wherever hell seems fit for that to happen. But currently, all of you prep for an upcoming battle. You reached out to many allies, some of them saying they will meet you, some of them needing assistance if they are going to meet you. Um, you have as much time as you want to plan, but the clock's always ticking. And that's where we're going to start. You guys, you know what? Hey, go ahead and take your long rest if you haven't taken your long rest already. How about you do that? You earned it. And it's the next day, and you guys wake up in the beautiful mansion. Timer starts now. What are you guys doing?
Well, I know that at the very least, Nana is keen to follow up with Saga or try to. It's been lingering on her mind that not being able to connect at all with Bragi can really decisively mean maybe a handful of things, and if the same thing happened to Saga, then she'd just as rather know. Um, so I think she'll probably go to Roshan and inquire about a ascending to try and see if she's okay.
Sure, you can have it.
Thanks. Equipping the ring, attuning to it, Nana thinking about what she wants to say. It's Nana. Hope you're well. Couldn't reach Bragi. We're moving on, Bosch. If you wish, we'd appreciate your help. Otherwise, be well. Find your son.
You find that the spell does not make purchase.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Right. No. I don't know what's going on. Not sure where they are, not sure if they're shielded, not sure if they're on a different plane, or what else. But dead end for now, and time's ticking, so best try someone else. Thanks anyway, Roshan.
I don't think anyone. Did anyone reach out to Ink or Gorbjorn yesterday?
I don't think so.
Then Roshan will ask, do you want to see if Gorbjorn is in the area?
He's always enjoyed a good brawl. If he can be found, then good. Maybe he'll want to join at least for a little while. Let's give it a try.
And Roshan will give you another sending.
Okay. All right. This one's going to Gorbjorn because last we knew, Tordrick was still in a coma. and Ink isn't likely to be the one to come gallivanting in for a fight. Not as likely as Gorbjorn, anyway. So, okay, sending to Gorbjorn, she says, Nana here. Hope you're safe. We're preparing to fight Bosch. If you want to brawl, settle the score. Meet us in Jarlsberger. Otherwise, hope Ink and Tordricht are okay.
I got real fucked up on my numbers there, but I'm glad you're done.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Guys, the more sendings we do, the more fucked up the numbers will be. That's just the truth. First, you are met with the sounds of mental screaming and being startled, as if a
Oh.
ghost were speaking into someone's mind who maybe wasn't ready for a ghost to speak into someone's mind. I'm gonna roll for him to see if we can get past that in time.
Yeah, that's yep. It's Gorbjorn.
You give me insight, and we'll see if you're able to articulate the like kind of different vocalization of screams.
Okay. Me with my pretty darn good insight. God, wow. Okay. 23.
Um, there was like a preemptive moment, like you entered the brain. The first scream you don't think was related to you. You think it was more combat centric.
Oh no.
And
Okay.
then startlement from being startled,
Okay.
and then like an understanding scream, and
Yeah.
then back to a combat scream.
He's raging. Okay, he's raging. All right. That makes sense. Maybe it sounds like he might be in combat at the moment, and Lord only knows how long he'll be doing that. Maybe in a bit. Maybe, I don't know, give him at least a half an hour, maybe.
Well, should we head to Jarlsbecker and open a tree for Russ and friends and go to Kareen and see if she can get a whole bunch of us closer?
Seems
A lot
like.
to take care of. Sounds like a good idea, Roshan.
Mm-hmm.
At least getting to Jarlsbecker. Like, I could always open the tree for them where we end up, so that she doesn't have to send as many people through.
That's a good idea, but precious magic on the day of. So have to weigh our options. Good idea. Let's not do it right away.
Yeah. Plus, it's kind of early. They might still be sleeping.
Right.
You mean they don't have anxiety that wakes them up at 6 a.m. on the dot every day?
What? What's
Can't
that
relate
like?
to
I
that.
don't think all of them do. I will go open a tree for the team so we can
All
be
right.
in Jarlsbecker.
Nothing else for the mansion.
Trying to remember. Did we have any final, did we want to review any of those memories before they're gone? Did we want to grab anything else in here?
They'll probably fade by afternoon, so this is maybe your chance if there was something.
Is there a way you could try to ask and figure out what the actual timeline is? Like how many days we might have left?
It might be difficult, but I can try.
Don't push yourself too hard. We've got a lot to prepare for, but perhaps it might be worth a shot.
Roshan will use a spell slot and go in.
Okay. Roshan, you can already feel how wound up the magic is. The DC did not drop back down. It is still rising. That this thing is hanging on by threads and trying to keep itself together to be observed. The DC, I need Arcana DC 28.
All right, I need a 13 or above.
Oh, there it
And
goes.
not on the floor.
Mm.
I do not make it.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
you can put in another spell slot to try again. The DC may or may not rise after a failure.
I think Roshan just says, I don't think it's gonna work.
Oh.
The what was still there is faded. It's like a dream, but maybe I can fix it in the future. I don't know, but
Will the
I
answer
think
have
we've got
changed
as
anything?
much.
We're already moving with alacrity. Correct?
It would have been nice to have a concrete timeline to work on, but as it is, like you say, we're already hoping to go as fast as we can. So,
Thanks for trying.
absolutely, Roshan. Thank you.
Well, then let's finish breakfast and get to Jarlsbecker.
Right.
Okay. You have breakfast. Nix, you go and open a tree. Where are you putting
We all
everybody?
went through.
My favorite tree in the middle of town.
Perfect. You guys are back in the middle of Jarlsbecker. The hustle and bustle of a city, snow on cobblestones, the very mineral smell of the water, like you were never gone.
Mm.
Early
Fantastic.
morning.
Mm. Mm. Probably not a hell of a lot of people on the streets. Some people, naturally. The bakery's
People
open this
going to
early, but
work and doing such and such. You guys ate
Yeah.
breakfast. There's people up and doing stuff.
okay.
Roshan tried to do weird magic. That probably takes a little time.
A little bit of time at least. Okay. Right. So, order of operations, what's first?
We're here in town. I hate to ask for a sending, but it might be best to find out if Kareen is at home, or at the Song and Siren, or somewhere else.
Didn't she say that she'd be expecting us or something? You'd mentioned something like that.
Do I recall something?
I mean,
You talked to Corrine and you said, "Where should I meet you?" And I think you may have said when you were arriving. I can't remember. But she said that you could just come knock on her door. So take that as you'd like.
You've gone quiet.
mm, oh,
Bye-bye.
bye. Fen, lost to the void. T poses.
Hmm.
There he is.
Are there other things we need to
Mm.
sort out in town? Or is Kareen the business until we figure her out?
Definitely, we ought to consult our stores, make sure we have all the supplies we need. If we've need of additional healing items, diamonds, anything else that we might be able to afford, we've gotten a bit of a windfall. We didn't need to return everything to Aliona when we revived her, so we've got some money.
Elvilda.
Alvilda.
That one, Alvilda. I'm
we've
sorry,
got-
my brain. Sorry, my brain.
It might behoove us to check and see if there are any diamonds of sufficient worth. I don't think where we're going is safe.
Yeah.
So perhaps we can split. Some of us go see Kareen, and some of us prepare.
Seems good. Fen, I think you got something in your throat. I'm sorry. I'm certain that Fen
Do
would
we want to
agree.
go do diamonding?
Mm-hmm.
Roshan will give you 1,000 gold.
Wow.
Mm.
That's the gold. So
Wow,
enjoy.
Oh, we.
my pockets are so heavy.
Let's go shopping.
And I think Roshan will stick with Nana and Fen to go talk to Kareen.
Okay.
Cool.
Anything while Nix and Keld are bopping around and buying diamonds and whatnot?
I don't know if we have anything else. We can't reach out to people.
Right.
Oh.
I don't know if there's anything we need to talk about.
Oh, there he is.
Can you hear me there now?
Yes.
I apologize. My thought is we do need to speak to Kareen face to face, stop spending our resources on messaging people. But once we get with her, I'd like to have a plan of who we need to bring in and where they're coming from. They might need to get to a different city. So let's establish that before we meet with her.
Right.
Reach out to everyone we're going to, find out where they are and if they can attend or not.
Mm.
So anyone else? Anyone can think of?
So we've reached out to Russ.
Right.
I
Mhm.
guess I technically need to reach out to Thor. I don't remember if we. I don't
I
think
feel
we gave her like a
Not
time
a
or a place or
timeline.
anything.
No, I don't think so. So probably best to contact her, make sure that she, Maggie and Gressa will be ready. I couldn't get any word at all from Bragi or Saga, so unfortunately probably not going to be able to rely on them. However, Gorbjorn sounded hale and hearty and in the midst of raging, so probably will be inclined to fight if we ask. I told him we'd be meeting in Jarlsbecker, so if nothing else, we might be able to coordinate with him and offer to get him here faster than he might be able to run.
Well, I hope he's not still fighting.
By now, I'd be concerned what he was fighting.
I think Gorbjorn could find something to fight for like hours at a time.
I
Not gonna
don't
lie,
disagree with you, but honestly, if he's not fighting his way through hordes of these people anyway, then if nothing else, maybe he'll be interested in a rematch.
Okay. Roshan will give one sending to Keld for Thor and one to Nana for Gorbjorn. Obviously not at the exact same time.
Right. Let's have Thor, Maggie, and Gressa first. Give Gorbjorn a little more time to finish up with his rage.
Okay, so where do we want them to be?
Maybe just see if they're still in town because we left them here yesterday.
Right.
We could
And
find
we
them.
only left yesterday and came back today, so maybe they're still in town or not very far.
Okay, then I can just hopefully arrange to meet up with them.
Mhm.
All right, so he will sending Thor. Hey, are you still in town? If so, let's meet. I guess let's meet at the Hard Fiddle. We can discuss a plan.
The most tired, exasperated sound. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm there.
Over.
So
Too early.
Whenever.
You'll have to top her up with a lay on hands when she gets it.
Makeup.
Good news
Does
then?
anyone else have anyone else they want to contact?
I have a long shot.
Who do you think?
Go on.
If you could just give me the spell, I'll take it in private, if you don't mind.
Okay. Roshan will give a spell.
And Fen will wander off to someplace nearby, but out of earshot, and he's going to sending to the matron. I've no presumption to speak for the roots. If you cannot be south of Snow's Way to help, then stay well clear of it to replant after.
Give me a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage.
Okay. It's a 16.
I will speak to the earth. I will stay clear, but perhaps they will send blessings.
And Fen will come back looking just as unsure as he did before and hand the ring over to whoever needs it next.
Any luck?
Hard to say. Perhaps. But insurance nonetheless.
Hopefully more promising than Gunhild. Well, let's see whether or not Gorbjorn is out of combat yet. We're
Yeah,
hoping
you've got a
this
spell
is...
slot.
It's like been an hour or so, I think, by now at least, so. Sending to Gorbjorn. Nana again. If you're safe, we might have faster transport for you than feet. Where are you?
So Gorbjorn is able to relay to you. Instead of me do this, Gorbjorn. I'm
Yes,
just gonna
yeah.
talk like Jillian
Like
and relay
Jillian.
what Gorbjorn says.
That
Right.
was good, though.
That
I
was
know,
good. That was a
it's
good Christo right there.
But listen, it was a great Gorbjorn. I'm amazing, but
Yes, you are.
I'm great at what I do. But so he relays to you that he is currently in a cave system below the earth, looking for his father.
Aha. Oh, I see. Well, right now he definitely sounds like he's working on something personal. He's trying to locate his father. I mean, I can try another sending, see whether or not he wants to put a pause on that, but
I don't think we have the resources to get him to us regardless.
perhaps not. I don't know. I mean,
We
if
can
he
ask
can't
Corrine
get
if
to...
she's got teleportation underground, but I doubt
Hmm.
there will be any trees available.
Strongly unlikely. Well, if nothing else, I don't want to leave him hanging. Let me have one more. Perhaps if he's close enough to the cave exit, he could get somewhere populated but
Uh,
I don't know.
I'm actually in favor of leaving him hanging until we know we've got extra. If he
Right.
can't help us, then we can talk another day.
True.
Um,
Go on then. Nod
does
will
anyone
return the
else?
ring.
I could try and ask the general, even though they're in a war, but maybe. I think we're friends. We seem to be friends.
She was pretty friendly with you.
I did bring her back to life.
You
Technically.
did do that. You did do that.
save her.
Might be able to reach her easier through someone else, though. No, through Corrine or perhaps Russ
But I don't know why
or
would Russ know.
Egil.
I mean, you could ask Eagle to ask her, but I think they're all underground.
Mm.
Up to you, Roshan.
Whatever will get this.
Roshan will
that's
give
for
you a
sure.
ring. I think Kareen's, or not Kareen, General Talaran, is she still a general?
I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe she's still around town. I don't think things ended well, from what I've heard.
I'll send her a message.
Let's give her life purpose again, and Roshan will give the ring.
Well, it's that or none of us have any life anymore ever again, so.
Hi, this is Nyx in Jarlsbecker. We're going to kill a cultist who's trying to end the world. Do you want to join us and help?
Us and
And
and you want to join us and
and
it is good to be hearing from you. Crazy. Currently prisoner of war, having a good time. Execution soon. Looking up.
huh. So she's in a really bad spot.
How bad?
Nyx will relay that response. So I don't know if
Oh
there's a way we
no!
can get her out. Maybe
Perhaps
Eagle will
not
have a
in
better
time.
idea.
We could put her one tick down on the list of things to accomplish in the next week or so.
Oh gods.
She seemed delightful. Would very much like to
Huh.
save her from impending doom, but a lot of impending doom about.
There's a lot of doom to go around at present. She didn't
Maybe Eagle or
say how
someone could
soon.
help with that.
Yeah, maybe you should check on Eagle. That seems like a good plan.
Yeah, check
to
with
check
Eagle.
on
Make sure
him,
he's doing okay.
considering.
Yeah.
Sure.
See if he wants to come play.
Roshan, you did message Eagle yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
You're welcome to do it
And
again,
he
though.
was-
Things could have changed in 24 hours.
He was seemingly busy with his underground stuff. But I think Roshan can reach out and at least ask about General Talaran. So he'll say, "We made it to Jarlsbecker, marching out ASAP. Do you know anything of Talaran's current situation? Do we need to break her out?"
Confused. Use as many words as you want. Use as many as you want on that one.
Send
We
him a
can do like
novel.
in this many words, we say this.
Yeah. Last question was just, do we need to bust her out?
that is currently a situation that happens when you try to usurp someone in power. Uh, s- I'm not worried. Not yet.
Uh, Roshan will relay the information. Um, and I mean, he's a little bit shady when he talks about Egil, I guess, but he's also got high deception, so whatever. YOLO.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, what's the
Does
gist then?
anyone have does anyone have insight of passive insight of 15 or higher?
Oh, I do.
Yes.
What are we
Then
lying
Passive
about?
insight
Roshan's
19.
What happened? He's
What
up
are
down
you
for half
lying
a
to me,
second and now
Roshan?
he's lying.
uh
Yeah.
Ro-
What's up?
Roshan's not lying, but
Okay.
he deliberately didn't ask if Egil wanted to come along. Uh,
Okay.
Hmm.
um, and he'll just relay that
Wow,
Egil
trying to keep
is
your partner out of danger.
How dare?
Join the rest of us and put him in danger.
no. My boyfriend's going to survive this battle.
If we don't survive this battle, no one survives this battle.
I bet
That's
those
out of character.
underdwellers
Mm.
might. I bet they'll be okay. Who knows?
This
Who
campaign's fully
knows?
underground. You don't go up there. You don't go above ground. It's fucked up
No.
there.
Yeah.
We're all vault dwellers now.
Exactly. Fallout. Backs
Um,
of gods.
Well, I've only got one more for now.
Okay.
I could just. It is my most powerful magic that I've got left, so
Oh.
I could just hold on to it
For
and
now,
wait.
I think. Yeah. For right now, just until we see whether or not there's something more important we can use that much power for. But if we need to contact someone else, I can't think of anyone in addition to whomever we've already contacted just yet, so.
Neither can I. But I think if we're ready to split, perhaps Kareen would like a fresh bouquet of, well, red is her color, so roses.
Noticing.
Not a bad idea. Anyone want to accompany me to a shop and then to Corrine's? Kel, maybe fetch your friends?
Yeah, well, while you were away, we decided that Nix and Keld would go shopping and resupply while the rest of us go to Kareen. But first, the florist for roses with baby's breath that look like red with pearls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me like 2 gold for like the nicest bouquet, and you can have it.
It does have to be the nicest
Gotcha.
one. And
So
y'all
I'm gonna
got
start with
money.
Keld and Nix, who jaunt off. I'm gonna roll a dice. Boop, 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 doop, doop, boop. Uh, in your searchings, you are able to buy one more diamond as you it seems that currently the the jeweler is working on something big that involves a lot of diamonds, but is like, listen, I can give you a bunch of the shitty ones that I can't put in there. I got a big thing I'm making, so I have
It's still
one to
worth a lot of
spare.
money. It's just, it's not perfect.
She is going to charge more for it though, because it'll be the last of what she can sell. So she'll just be upcharging a bit. It'll be $375. And if you buy it now, you have, I guess, 3 diamonds or 3 sets of diamonds that are worth 300 gold. Uh, Anything else from Team Keld and Nyx?
Do you want to go look at any potions or anything?
Hmm.
Potions.
Yeah.
Might
Just to be
spooky.
safe.
Sure. You guys recently were there and bought a bunch of the potions.
Hmm.
There is a potion, like the big boy potion is there. You do not have enough gold for it though, just off the top of my head.
I forget how much the big potion costs.
A fair chunk of money. Let me double check. I could be wrong.
I think it's
Uh,
like 2 or 3 grand.
Ooh.
yeah, I was about to say it's like 2,000 for the
We
We
super
don't
don't
rare.
have
have
money
that
for
much.
that.
We're just poor adventurers. We're saving the world, though.
Yeah.
True. You don't need money for that. You just need friendship or something. Whatever.
Right.
Something like
Like a
that.
nice healing
Yeah.
spell or something.
Yeah.
Then I think we're just going to the Hardville to find Thor and friends.
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way to the hard fiddle. Roshan, Fen, and Nana acquire a big, beautiful bouquet. Magic is real and all flowers exist 24/7. Uh, magic. Druids. Anywho.
Druids.
Druids exist. And making flowers, baseline druidcraft. So you guys are able to get some beautiful flowers and make your way over to Corinne's. There are 2 guards stationed at the front who take a moment to look you over and then open the gate.
I'm imagining this very large bouquet as basically the size of Roshan, who is carrying it, who has to like look out from behind it to greet the guards.
Hello?
Hi.
uh, the 3 of you make your way through the grounds. The gate is closed behind you. The door opens to Corinne's home, and she comes out draped in a fur. And same as last time, she makes her way over to like a sitting area outside. Uh, and her assistant kind of like jogs ahead a bit and like lights a little bit of a fire in the fire pit a little bit and like starts to like brush snow off of the seats. And Corinne sits and waits for you.
I think we probably approach. Fen probably stays standing rather than sitting on the freshly brushed bench. Our timeline has moved up. Um, Things are dire and urgent. From what we've been able to gather, there are 3 locations proximate to each other south of Snow's Way that might, or that certainly contain the thing that will summon the bad thing.
End of the world, basically.
The Baldekin is what we've heard it called. Um, we need to strike all 3 places simultaneously. We have friends that are willing to help. We're hoping to find more, but we need to get them as near Snow's Way as possible. I hate to ask again after you already helped us once. But your network of teleportation circles might be the best way we have to bring people from distant lands here to assist. And if you are able to offer any other sort of assistance, I would be further in your debt.
We all would be.
Are those for me?
The red roses, white baby's breath is as like pearls. Yes, they're
Mm.
very clearly for you.
The assistant will come over and take the large bouquet, and will set it down very like strategically next to Corrine to like be as like most aesthetically pleasing as it can be. I'm happy to help. I'd hate for it to feel like a favors scenario, so I'll charge you for ease. There is a teleportation circle in Snow's Way. I could get you there. Depending where other people are, I could possibly get them there. When it comes to other assistance, I am spread a bit thin. And once again, I understand that this is incredibly dire, but I am spread thin in the sense that I could not rally resources in a timely manner. If you are willing to wait, I'm sure I could, but this is not something I could do quickly.
We fear we cannot wait.
We understand. It it appears as though days might be delaying in excess of what we could afford. We may need to move more quickly even than that. Our goal is to muster as many people to as near the sites as possible. We're still not even sure exactly their location, but we've got a fair idea. Didn't know if there's anyone below who would be willing to help as well. I know they've got their own.
Oh, they've certainly have their own troubles right now. I'm not sure any of them can be spared, or if they were willing, could come rapidly.
I understand. Um, I'm not sure the impact on their world will be the same as it is on ours, but I have to imagine that the possibility is there that earthly troubles might need to be put aside to address this, but I'm sure that we don't have enough time to convince
I
anyone of that.
I don't think any of us have the time to convince them to stop fighting. Um, because that technically, I suppose they are all in their own end of days scenario if they dwell on it long enough, which I'm sure some of them have. Um, Sadly, I just do not think there is much support to be gained from below.
I understand. We didn't do a very good job of endearing any of ourselves to them in the brief opportunity that we had. They could continue fighting. They wouldn't need. They just need to stop fighting each other for a moment.
If
I
only that would convince them. But
I know. It's all I could do to ask. Anything you can suggest?
Well, you've asked for use of these circles. I just need to know where people are coming from and I can give them access.
I think we can give proximate locations. Fun.
We can provide that information by sundown tonight. Might.
We've a few, but there's a few we have yet to coordinate with.
We might need to
All
move
right.
as quickly as tomorrow.
Potentially, yeah.
Understood. The sooner I have the information, once again, I have to send this information across the continent, depending. And there are some locations I do not have teleportation circles in.
I won't ask for your full network. We'll just provide you the nearest towns of the people that we have been able to rally, and you let us know if it's feasible to draw them or not. If they can't be brought to us, then we'll have to make do without them.
All right, understood. And the payment for my services, 1 gold, please.
Fen takes his last gold out of his pocket and gives it to Kareen.
All right.
Again, Kareen,
Just
I'm forever in
one
you.
more question.
Hmm.
There were a great many fighters at your party. Are there any that are still in town and looking for glory?
Still in town.
Or perhaps close enough by they might be reasonably mustered?
I mean, a lot of the people who come to the parties, many of them do use teleportation circles from their homes to come here. Um, if you made connections while you were there and would like to reach out to people, I already feel more comfortable allowing them to use teleportation circles. And once again, if you do present someone to me, there is a banned list. Not that I think you'll present anyone to me who is on that list, but I may not be able to assist as easily with those individuals. But if it's somebody who is at the party, it is very likely that they are, if not traveling, near a circle and are able to use it.
Well, then, our current plan is with Russ and his friends and Thor, Maggie, and Gressa, who are at the party. So, are any of them on the banned list?
She glances over at her assistant who like fucking shuffles. I'm gonna roll a luck check. I'm gonna roll me a luck check. Seeing as first off, none of the people in those groups use teleportation to arrive at the party. So it could be canon. It is going to be a low DC. So 5 and lower. Somebody in one of these parties cannot use a teleportation circle and has to stay home or run really fast.
Just gotta get that leg day in.
There's a pregnant pause as Corrine like watches this woman under scrutinizing eyes as she's quickly, rapidly going through information, and then does a quick shake of the head. No, I don't think so currently then. I think you're good.
Wonderful.
Lovely. Thank you for your time.
Of
I
course.
do wonder one additional person, perhaps. What of Marcher?
Marsha can use the teleportation circles anytime he likes.
Wonderful. All right, thank you. I think with
Fen
a few more
blushes with
people to
jealousy a
contact
little
then.
bit at that tone, like just subconsciously.
I think 9 o'clock's that. Thank you again, Kareen.
Of course.
With any luck, we will all survive to see the fruits of our labor.
And if we all do survive, hopefully I'll see you all in a year. And she smiles and kind of gets comfortable.
Roshan smiles back, but has an internal dread at coming to this party again.
Yeah,
The last time
Nana
was so bad.
will not. Nana
You guys
will
wouldn't even
smile,
be working.
but will not.
I mean, Fen essentially just committed himself to doing that. Like, if that was necessary, he has no desire to come to a party again either. But basically, just promise Kareen whatever the fuck she needs.
I need Roshan and Nana to roll deception for me, just for my amusement.
Of course, naturally. Of course, of course. Why wouldn't we? We would not want to leave that just to narrative devices,
24.
now would we? Oh, I have not got
I bet
that
Nana's
to
is going to be
match.
just as good.
Oh, definitely, sure, because I have a +0 in deception. Definitely. Gonna be just as good. No, that's a 14.
Maureen smiles back the same exact smile mirrored to you. Well,
Mm-hmm.
when you have the information, you know where I am.
Fen gives a deep bow. Thank you, Corrine.
Of course. And she will watch you all go. You all exit the grounds. Anything else from Team Roshan, Fen, and Nana?
I think we've just got to tabulate our list of people to coordinate with and figure out where they are and how close they are to what town and whether or not that town's got a teleportation circle and all that jazz. I figure we probably spent a little bit of time with a map and just talking between ourselves, writing out a list and getting all that just sorted.
Sure, you guys are welcome to go to the Hard Fiddle and reunite and figure that out if you are so inclined.
Unless there was
Um,
anything else we needed to do in town, around town.
I think Keld and Nix were going to resupply us, so I think we're all good for round town tasks.
Think.
Is there anyone that anyone else can think to bring in?
I can think of names. The likelihood that any of them agree to help or have the capability of helping. Norrell,
Could talk to Tan.
Jericho.
I've still got a letter that'll go right to him. We need not spend a sending on that, but I don't know how fast it flies.
Olavi. Clove Kid.
Maybe. Certain she would want some kind of decisive something to use against the guard, and I'm certain that it would be intriguing to put a button on that particular case.
Dagwood.
If she'll talk to us.
We have no options but to ask for help until we get to where we're going, and then we have no time to ask for help after that.
Yeah. I mean, I hardly want to exhaust all your options immediately, Roshan. How long until you've got some more opportunities to use magic?
I'll need to rest, but then we can have 2 sendings.
We've got the day. I don't think we've got more than the day.
Right. Well, let's rest for a while then and see what we can do.
It was only Fen and Nana that used the teleportation the last time, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. How many people do you think you can get into one of those teleportation circles?
Based on what we saw of the size of these circles, like, I'm imagining them having been like at least a dozen feet in diameter, but maybe I'm conjuring a false image.
You think that like a good gaggle of people. It's not like you were exactly analyzing this in any sort of way.
No,
Um,
not at all at the time, but
you and Fen fit in incredibly comfortably. It's like if you two held hands, you probably could almost touch the like end to
the
end. So
edges.
like you could get
Okay.
close.
5-ish,
But
6-ish, 5 6. Okay, at radius. Okay. All right. I'd say a
Be
good
10
number of
foot at
people.
radius. To be both of our outstretched arms. 10-foot radius. So.
and then a little bigger.
And a bit more. So,
Well, that
good
could
deal.
comfortably fit all of Russ's crew, Thor's crew, and us. Anything more is stretching it, but we, at this moment, don't have more. I still need to reach out to Alyona. She said she might have something to offer us um, here in Jarlsbecker, but won't be coming with.
Hmm.
Rose. Rose is going to try and help from a distance, but we can try and ask
Hmm.
Dagwood.
Right. Yeah, I think then I'd also like to inquire with Marcher. I'd like to see whether or not Tan perhaps might have at least a machine of some kind that might be of some use against, I don't know, something as big as one of those titans.
Okay. So that's the next couple hours of sendings. I'll go first and just tell Alyona that we're here in town and probably staying the night. And then to if you want to answer that, you can.
I would love to answer.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That might be easier for me as a person. I'm not sure we have the same opinion of what morning means. I'm at Little Brunch Spot. I've been sitting here for a while.
Roshan
Oops.
will put a
Starts
sending
fucking
in.
jogging.
Yeah, Roshan puts his other sending in the ring and then tosses it on the table and says, "I gotta go."
All right. You want company or no? Okay,
It's just
bye.
brunch.
All right. Enjoy your brunch. Okay.
Paladin Nix, you are currently in this scenario as well. There's no reason that you are not. Um, Thor meanders down eventually and is like, "So we're doing the thing?
We're doing it.
Okay. I kind of thought I'd have a little more time." She looks hungover.
Mm.
She
Well,
looks hungover.
call it
it.
tomorrow, not today.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
maybe.
I'm still probably gonna get just as hungover, but that's. But at least I'll know that that's what I'm doing.
I could help a little.
I was just about to say.
Don't waste shit on me.
Oh.
Well, today, if you're not doing anything, you could waste shit on me. That's fine.
I'll give a little lay on hands.
Pump
Okay.
them
You
5 points in.
spend
Cure that
5.
poison.
Okay. Yeah, the ladies and I are in. Well, we just need the rundown. But you know, if you're bringing in other people, you don't have to keep doing the rundown over and over and over again. We can,
Right.
have a big, war meeting.
Yeah.
The rest should be around soon, so we'll.
I could go try to get Russ's team. It sounds like I'm assuming we've been caught up that Karina's going to send us via teleportation circle.
Yes, yeah, we have caught y'all up on the status of things with Kareen and everything we've discussed up to point. Yeah.
I could go bring him here so that I have less that I've done tomorrow.
Right.
Sounds like a good idea.
Might as well spend as much time with him as you can.
I agree.
Fenn's just looking at this ring sitting in the middle of the table. You're gonna slide it across to Nana. Might as well reach out to Tan, see if she's got resources, machinery. We discussed this, and maybe somebody to operate it. If she's had someone testing it for her, then maybe they know best how to use it and will want to use it in a real life scenario.
Who knows? Could well be useful. She certainly wanted some real stress testing on the other one, so can't imagine a better opportunity. Nana will go ahead and contact Tan and within the 25 words give her a concise, like, where we are, where we plan to be, what we would need, offer for,
I'm gonna need you to drop the one of those things
Mm,
for 25
mm.
words. One of those things has to drop.
Right. Okay.
It's hard to
Where
be like,
we're
we're
all
here.
right.
This is the location of where we are going below Snow's
Yeah.
Way.
Good
This is what I
point.
want. What's the timeline? That's too much for me. So drop one of
Right.
those things.
Okay. You know what? Just gonna give her where we're going and what we're doing and what we need. Cause if she feels like helping, then we can tell her, "Ha, we're in Jarlsbecker. We can meet."
Okay, I need a persuasion check.
Cool.
You guys are starting to hit entities that will require high persuasion checks to be
Mhm.
involved.
Understood. Not sure. Well, +5, 17.
You receive back that within a few days, like a couple days, and the signing of waivers, she would be willing to rent out the device that you used last time.
Mm-hmm.
She's
We've
just not
not got
100% sure of the timeline, either tomorrow or the next day, but it sounds like it's leaning more towards the next day.
which might be too late. Well, we can try contacting her again if we feel less certain about somebody else.
Did it sound promising?
Well, she might be able to get us some machinery after some waivers and whatnot are signed, but it's maybe tomorrow, but might be more likely to be the day after.
My observation from your use of that machine is that you fight better without it. Strapped on a farmer with no skill, perhaps that machine gives them a great deal of advantage, but you've got a great deal of skill, and I'm not sure what the machinery offers you. If we have no one else that could benefit from it, then the machinery does us no good.
If we'd been able to get hold of Gorbjorn, if he'd been able to be here with us, then he might have been able to, but as it is, no, I don't think so. I think it's a less likely lead.
That's fine. It was worth reaching out.
Well, that's
Who next for now?
the only other one that could be done right now is Russ, if so inclined.
Yeah.
Right.
During this, I'll go out and do the whole thing. We send him on the sending stone with instructions to go to a tree, and that I will then scry on him and then pull him through the tree. And to respond once he's by the tree.
Okay.
So that I'm not using so many spells to see this tree.
You receive a message about 30 minutes later saying that they are by a tree and warns you when you open it to step to the side.
Great, will do. That sounds like I should not open the tree in the middle of town. I will go to a tree that is not in the middle of town.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want company or are you going to smooch your boyfriend? Husband.
I mean, both of those can be what happens. So people are welcome to follow her, but she's just gonna get up and go, saying that she's going to get Russ.
Oh, well, Nana will tag along. Make sure everything is kosher. Yeah.
Okay. Step to the side when I open the tree, or just don't be near it at all.
Right.
Got
I
it.
can stay out the way.
Great. Then I will open the tree.
The tree opens, and like a bullet, beautifully astride a horse, Randall and horse both like erupt through the tree immediately, like full sprint, and come through. Followed more casually by the rest of the team, who just sort of hops through behind, but they're like, we gotta get the horse through.
The horse
and
is the difficult one.
You can catch a glimpse of a couple other horses who are not coming on this adventure. They decided that they could not get all of their horses through the tree in 6 seconds. But Randall is not leaving his horse.
Respect.
Understand.
Russ immediately goes to you, Nix, and like
Mhm.
picks you up and kisses you.
Okay, so
Y'all.
I'm sure they will walk at the back, catching up as we go to
Mhm.
the hard fiddle to
That makes
meet the
sense.
crew.
Yeah, you so far have all of your confirmed allies at the hard fiddle with you as Roshan makes his way to go speak to Alyona, um, who was told to meet him early morning.
We forgot.
And we're just a little bit past that. But I'm sure we can smooth things over. But for now, we're going to take our 10-minute break. So go get a snack and a drink, and we'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
Thank you, 10.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult. We just took our 10-minute break. The party is currently scrambling for some allies. They currently have the people who have already agreed to help present, and they are here and ready and willing. Roshan is currently running over to a fancy little brunch spot, and you see sitting at a table outside. Uh, woman looks like maybe she's in her early 40s, maybe. Very, very matronly in appearance and shape. Her hair is long and brown. It's instead of like up in its big display and like or down in the way it was for the party, it is kind of like slicked back and sort of put into like a bit of a bump scenario. So a bit of a half up, half down situation. She is wearing a thick, very warm looking blue dress. And across her shoulders is a beautiful shawl made of dark feathers. Uh, Familiar to you as Fen wore it at the party. And she smiles as you approach. As she watches you approach, she pushes a finger to her tongue, and you watch as lights begin to illuminate in the shape of runes as she casts tongues on herself.
Sorry to have kept you waiting, but I'm so glad you're here. I hate to ask for help, so let me ask instead how you're doing. Have
I've been doing.
things
Mm,
have things culminated for you in any way?
Things take time. If they didn't, they are sloppy. And then are sure to fail. And then that would be not worth my time or effort if, uh, as you could say, I'm in it for the long haul. I was doing more work in the West, uh, talking to people, creating allies. Uh, Currently still plan to go do that once I am done here speaking with you. Um, I can only offer so much help depending, but you'll have to give me the rundown.
Yeah, Roshan will give her the rundown, conscious of who's around them. So if there's sensitive information, then he will uh, speak telepathically for just that part, but mostly keep it out loud.
Okay, so three, and you're telling her everything?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see her sitting quietly and listening. Occasionally, she'll ask a question for clarification, but just seems like intent on listening. So, three batteries that have to be disarmed within a vague window of each other. You have described the teams to me. Do each of the teams have a skilled magic user?
Unfortunately, I don't think so.
If we had a way to store magic, and you gave me some time and maybe some assistance, I could possibly put something um, one-time use. Um, can't promise the safety of whatever item I put it into, but um, a way for perhaps somebody to have an easier time with their battery.
That's a fantastic idea. How much time do you need?
Um, so you think the battery connects power that is able to do something terrible across the entirety of the continent?
If not that Well, I do think that because of the location, because of the rivers which spring from places of magical power on the continent.
Mhm.
So I believe that it will cause a chain reaction, or at least that is the intent.
Well, it depends how already prepped a magic item is for me to be able to do this. The quicker I must accomplish it, the more likely it is to break after it is done. But if that is something you're willing to risk, it's something you're willing to risk. Um, and it sounds like it would be dealing with quite a powerful piece of magic. So, what is your window, and what can you give me?
Well, we'd like to leave tomorrow,
Hmm.
but we do have some items. It's the Rod of Wonder is what I'm thinking of. But I can't. How rare is the Rod of Wonder?
Um, the Rod of Wonder. It's rare.
Um, yeah, then I think Roshan will pull this gaudy little golden wand with about 100 different cabochon colorful stones on it. Um, it's it's something that he's had zero love for because it's totally against his aesthetic. Um, and he'll ask, "Would something like this work?"
So let me rephrase, because of course a powerful magic item could be useful. It's just I feel like I would be like reinventing the wheel on this thing, right? Like it is not doing the intended thing, which is storing the magic that I'd like to put in it.
Sure.
Powerful, I could make it work. Um, I don't know what it would do, but I'd need a lot of time to override what it already does.
Well, I don't think my companions are going to love the idea, but we do have a ring of spell storing,
Oh, you were
which
burying the lead. That is exactly something very perfect. Yes.
unfortunately it allows us. Many of us are spellcasters, so it allows us a lot of flexibility, but I don't think they'd be sad to see it go for this.
Okay.
Um,
I suppose I should get to work then.
if l- let me buy you a drink at the
Mm.
Hard Fiddle, and um, I'll I'll make us a workshop.
How fun. She'll stand up, smooth out her dress, and like kind of like fluff up her shawl a bit. Big smile on her face. Lead the way to your shitty dive bar.
uh, of course. And Roshan will make his way back there, and uh, I don't know if she follows him in, but it's not his intent to stay inside for very long. Um, he'll just say to the people at the table, um, "I'll be in the alley. Just knock at the middle." Um, Aliona is going to Aliona's going to use this ring of spell storing to give Russ's team something to store the magical energy in so they don't have to use their bodies. I'm sorry that I made this decision without discussing it with everyone, but desperate times, desperate measures, and Roshan will go grab a drink at the bar and meet Eliona outside again.
Yeah, Alyona takes a second, does come in, a little bit of a flourish, feathered shawl, standing back so straight, um, and will take her drink at the bar, like a classy lady. Uh, 1 second, I don't drink and walk. And and she will finish her drink before following you, but then will
Uh,
go out with you.
Roshan will like vastly overpay for the drink because he feels bad that that he's building his own establishment on the side of this establishment and not paying for rooms. So
Mm-hmm.
there's like 4 gold there that for a single drink. But that's okay.
Perfect. And they take it and they don't ask questions.
Great. And then Roshan will go into the alley and begin his incantation to summon. And this time it looks almost identical, except that there's lettering over the top of the arch of the door that says Worry's End. And Roshan will open the door to the inside, and um, the space is the same except that the bunkhouse has basically tripled in size because we've got more guests, and then um, beside the bunkhouse there is a workshop, and the workshop is filled with uh, all manner of implements uh, made of magic, but probably just mundane that he can think of that might be helpful in this instance, and get to work assisting Alyona on whatever he can.
Alyona walks into the space and glances over. Cute. I'll have to show you mine one day. And follows you into the workshop. And it's kind of like, when someone's like, oh, so sweet, like, like baby's first steps kind of things, like looking at stuff, like that's some of the energy, like looking at things, like, oh, look at it. Maybe a bit of like nostalgia put into it as well. But immediately gets to work and like asks for clarification a lot of the times about like on a scale of 1 to 10, how much energy do you think this thing contains? On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad are they at magic? And I'm sure those are very opposite ends of the scale.
Yep.
And the two of you get to work. Alyona will make some rolls about that, and she has your assistance, so she will have advantage. This will decide if she is able to safely accomplish this goal in one day. The DC is going to be pretty high, but Babes has pretty good arcana, so it's. Okay. Uh, anything else people are doing or accomplishing today?
Fen is staying clear of the hidden castle for as long as Alyona is in there. He's just staying the fuck away from Alyona.
Then Fen will be staying at the inn today. Then you'll be taking a room, which you could actually just go take Jenny's room, which is still
Has
paid
it been
for.
cleaned up yet?
No, it is full of shit. They have not cleaned it yet. So if you want to sleep in a not shit-filled room, you either buy another one or you clean this one. Whichever.
Yeah, that's fine. Fen will clean some bird shit. It's not the first time he's cleaned bird shit.
Yeah.
This
Jenny's
is
like,
the
"Ooh, my
lesser of two
room."
evils for Fen.
And she gets comfy. She's like, "Ah, yes, this
Ah,
is
yes,
my
I
room."
remember having a rager in here.
Um, Anybody else doing anything for today? At some point, you don't have to do it tonight. You could be like, all right, boys, gather up. But at some point, um, Team Russ and Team Ladies is going to want to know the details of what is going on and what they are doing. So that is something you could do in the morning if you want to. That could be something you do this evening. Either way, they would like to be informed at some point.
I know at some point Nana does want to, if there are still sendings available to be used. If not, if there are, she'd like to see whether or not Marcher would be willing to put his blade to not letting
Roshan
all
will
life
have to
as
do
it's
all
known.
sendings himself as the ring is in use.
Ah, that's true. In which case,
Should I wait and see if Dagwood wants to come and then see if they want to have a reunion? Or should I just not tell either of them?
I don't know exactly where either of them are going to sit on their opinions about each other, considering everything. So maybe we just don't mention it. And if
Fair.
either one of them is able to come, fine. If they both wind up coming, then hopefully the end of the world is a more pressing thing than any squabbles they might have between them. We'll see. It's a bridge we'll just have to cross when we get to it.
All right. Roshan's going to be a little bit shady and start with Marcher first. And he'll
Dad, can I go to the
say,
movies? Mom said I could go to the movies.
So Roshan will sending him, hello, Marcher. Dreadful news out of the forest south of Snowsway. Corrine says to use her circle and meet us there tomorrow. Toodles.
Kisses.
Dreadful news. Things are bad over there. Interested?
Come join us.
Hello, sir. We spoke once? Maybe?
We did.
Um,
I don't know whether or not Nana knowing both these people will contribute to Marcher feeling more likely.
Nana did not send the message. It would have
That's
been a
true.
different DC and scenario if she did. But
it.
Roshan, I need a persuasion check with disadvantage, and the DC is high. For this man to show up just because there's trouble. You
I mean,
interested,
Korean
Bernie?
said show up. Like, that's how it was relayed, was...
It's true.
I'm
Weird.
1 away from 20. I got a 19.
I hope you are well.
I'm not.
I'm not. He can't hear that. I'm afraid that I cannot join you tomorrow, as that is short notice. But I will send a care package. Toodles.
Well, we should put on our to-do list to check the mail tomorrow in Snowsway.
Well, better than nothing. And thank you, Roshan.
And then Roshan will reach out to Dagwood and say, we are marching on Bosch tomorrow. Rose has the details. Is there any assistance you could give us? We're desperate. Otherwise, hope you're doing well. Toodles.
Thank you.
Kisses. Finish it out.
I've heard about your recent endeavor. Sadly, I don't have free reign. Bad behavior. They won't let me attend. It seems I'm more useful alive and contained. Toodles.
She's so blunt. Well, solid vote of confidence from Dagwood. Roshan lies.
Oh, really? That's surprising.
She's her leash is short. She's had been naughty. So
Hmm.
I'm sure any help she can lend to Rose, she already did, if she wanted.
Well, then at least that means we don't have to worry about Russ seeing Dagwood again. Or vice versa. That's probably for the best. All right, then, Rose is assisting us separately. Am I forgetting anyone?
Clove Kid.
Right. Clove Kid. I mean, whatever we can do to make this seem like it's suitably important. I don't know that Clove Kid is in this for the glory. It didn't seem like they were, but they seem to want to see this job done. And they don't like being led around, so maybe a solid lead would be enticing.
If that's the case, then I think Roshan would basically try and give the same information as he gave Rose in two sendings, with his next two sendings. And end it the same, saying, we're desperate for any help you can provide.
My bridge is a bit burned with you. I want to stop these cultists, but I can't work with one. You'd have to promise me that Gunhild will not be there and that you have stopped working with her. Or if she will be, you turn her over to me immediately. She does not get to be part of this fight. I will not fight with her.
And Gunhild did not promise us anything.
And Roshan, based on your insight, even though she's kind of leaving it open-ended, like she would consider helping, part of it's formalities.
Yeah.
She sounds pissed that you guys were working with Gunhild, and you know that for a fact. And to convince her even to be like, hey, come over here and go get Gunhild, it's gonna be a slog. And then you lose Gunhild if she's even there.
Yeah, I think Roshan tries to rationalize what the rest of the night would need to look like for conversations, and sure, he could message Gunhild and let her know that we're turning her over, but still come. Or he could, like, just plan to have what we have and not spend the rest of the night on the chain about it.
Yeah, up to you.
I really wish somebody else could do the talking to her. I don't think they like me, even though I was the one who died. I don't know. I think they're upset that we're working with Gunhild at all, which, fair, Gunhild sucks, but while I generally agree with Clove Kid, I think an assassin is probably more useful in a fight than
A god.
a cop.
Yeah. I mean, potentially. I don't know. I feel like the more we have to throw at this, the better. But we really do have to consider how things will fit together and whether or not they'll go at all.
Wish people could just drop their ego and perhaps we're the only ones with enough perspective to drop our egos and fight.
Well, I wouldn't say we've entirely dropped all of them, but we are going to fight nonetheless. So, as it is, I don't know. We could disguise Gunhild, perhaps, if we wanted to ensure that Clove Kid would be none the wiser. Assuming Clove Kid can't just wouldn't already be prepared for such an occasion as a god. But regardless, I think
the problem is also that we would have to then lie to Clove Kid, and I don't know how many of you have tried it, but I just feel worse every time I do it. So
To be fair, I don't know how much more help Gunhild's going to be for us. I
mean, she wasn't very
guess I could try reaching out to her one more time for any sort of insight, but I don't think we're going to get much.
Roshan, you're welcome to reach out to her.
Oh yeah, we don't have the ring of spell soaring, so
Roshan, please.
All on you, Roshan.
Hey, remember that time you stabbed me to death?
To be fair, she thought you were someone else.
Someone that she likes.
Yeah.
Someone she actually really liked.
well,
yeah.
She thought you were somebody she cared about.
Oh.
I guess, yeah, I could Roshan will wait another hour and then reach out to Gunhild and say, you should probably not show up. We are calling in help from people who don't like you. But if you do come, go east.
That's an interesting choice. Currently at the forest. 2 out of 3 locations scouted. Guess I'll keep that information to myself. Unless I'm invited.
I think Roshan is just so angry. Ugh.
What? Did she cuss you out again?
No, she's suddenly fucking helpful. She wants to be a part of things now. She doesn't want to just give us the cold shoulder.
Oh, okay. All right. No, okay. All
She
right. So
says
what does
she's
she want?
at
What
the.
does she need?
I don't know what she wants or needs, but she wants to be. She wants to be in the in group now, and she's apparently scouted 2 of the 3 locations, so
Where is she?
she's at the forest.
Mm.
In the proximity of 2 out of those 3 points, which that is intelligence that we sorely need. I'm just saying, just knowing what
In
we're
that
going into
case, I
before
guess
we're
we
there.
should stick to what we've
Tell
been
her she can
doing.
have whichever location Sunny's at.
That is what she wanted.
It's true.
Will likely be the location we're at.
Most
Which-
probably.
Well, I was hoping we'd be the one Bosch was at, but
Bosch is in the center, and he's likely to come swinging for whichever one gets hit first, but
and I'm not sure
Well-
that he would leave if he had Sunny at his disposal. That he'd not leave her. Well, we'd need to talk to Gunhill to find out which one she thinks Sunny's at.
No, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, Jillian, but we thought, based on Alvilda's memories, that Sunny would be with Bosch at the center one.
So you could take it, if you will, as either fact or theatrical imagining from Alvilda.
Sure.
But she believed that Sunny and her, if she was part of this, would go back to Bosch. And in her imagining of the 3 locations, her and her companions were all standing with Bosch. Whether that is symbolic or actually the case, but it showed in her memory of what she thinks would have happened, Sunny would be standing with Bosch.
Okay. I think Roshan would reach out again to Gunhild and say, seems you're a lot more forthcoming talking to me than Keld. We're happy to work with you and leave the authorities out. Meet there.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. We'll meet there. And fuck Keld.
he has killed a lot of these cultists.
And maybe I feel a little bad. If I see a cop, I'll kill you again. So sorry for killing you, but I'll do it again.
Didn't mean to the first time. Will mean to the second time.
So,
The second time is with purpose.
if you wanted to know what an asshole Gunhild is, she's the only person in the world that could possibly have a problem with Keld. Like,
He killed a lot of her
Yeah.
friends, but also.
She did.
So have
Maybe-
we.
It's justified. Whatever.
Maybe she likes me because did I give her the ring? Did somebody else give her the ring? I don't know.
I don't remember.
Can't remember who exactly.
I
Oh,
think it
it's-
was.
I feel like it was
you.
me for some reason, but
I think it was you. But that is, she still hates you.
At least
Unavoidable.
maybe less a little, but probably still a bit. But
if she'll work with us, I can deal with that.
Yeah. And I think the more we have to throw at this again, the better. And if Gunhild's condition is we don't involve Clove Kid and the rest, it would take a while for them to assemble and to muster enough people to really make a dent as guardsmen, you know? Like, they're not unskilled people, but these are extremely dangerous foes. So, perhaps, probably for the best, we're only involving the people who already know what we're getting into. Or at least an approximation. I don't know how many of these things these guards have actually dealt with. Not likely anything quite like Alvilda.
Could just provide Clove Kid the location and then say that we're doing this with or without them. And if they want to show up, they can. But we need to put petty differences aside. Just a thought. There'll be plenty of time for the ashes to fall where they will afterwards.
I feel similarly, but I don't think I can reach out to Clove Kid and lie again.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. We'll do it without them.
Yeah. And honestly, if they want to involve themselves, I'm sure they've got enough information to go on. And they'll be there if they want to be.
Yeah, at this point we don't need conditional help. We need help.
Right.
There are some conditions we can afford, but infighting I don't think is worth it right now.
I don't think so either. We need as united a front as we're able to muster here.
We've already talked to Korean and can bring people from basically wherever we need. Is there anyone else? And we're not using that ability. Everyone else is either here or will be. Who else do we need to bring?
I don't know if she'd come. But if nothing else, maybe Ember might know something about some of Bosch's workings. She was making an item for them, wasn't she?
She was.
I mean,
Maybe
if
she could tell us something about it. If it's these
You guys-
orbs.
You guys got some information about the thing she was making. She said it was a magic amplifier.
Mm-hmm. Which either it's a battery or it's something to hook a battery into to amplify that power. So it's gonna be involved, probably.
I can reach out to her and ask.
I mean, I don't know if she'll want to involve herself. I don't know if it'll be something worth putting on the table. But if there's anything she can offer, I think it's maybe worth an ask. Maybe we'll see where from there.
I think Roshan will reach out to her and say, meeting up for a showdown with the guard tomorrow. Did you make the Eldritch batteries? Do you know any way to safely disarm them? Toodles.
Yeah, we're just like, I don't know if there's
It's the
actually one
sign-off.
left, but there is. I guess you could call it a battery. It contains and holds. It also takes what is placed inside and can amplify it. So, disarming it in ascending, don't break them.
Hmm. Well, good info. Don't break them. And I think Roshan will say this where Thor and Russ's teams can hear. If there's any
Don't
choice,
break them.
don't break them. Um,
Last option.
Uh-huh.
Russ, who on your team do you trust most with magic? And it could be you. I don't know.
Well, let me just take a look over the crew. I'll take it. It's not that I'm more confident, it's just if somebody's going to blow up. I'd feel bad if it was an employee.
Of course you would.
We'd prefer no
Well,
one
then
do, but yeah.
you'll have to spend at least an hour with me and Alyona tonight, uh, just making sure that you know how it works. And Maggie, Gressa, you're welcome to come along with us. Thor, you too, since you'll have one of these to disable yourselves.
I'm pretty confident in the ladies, but they'll come listen to the spiel. Uh, I can do magic, but they're smart about it or whatever.
Well, I appreciate you being here with us.
Mm, you know, what's retirement for anyways, I guess.
We
And then
aim to
Roshan
allow
will
you to
say,
enjoy it.
Something a little reticent himself and say, "Yeah, it never really ends."
Mm.
Even though Roshan's probably like younger than her.
Mm-hmm. They all nod like, yeah, that's true. Like
That is sort of what it's feeling like, isn't it? Mm. Right. Next steps.
well, you've got the team gathered if you want to just give them the rundown that of what they're doing and what they are up against and the details they may need, especially for at least one of them who can change their spells in the morning uh, and get a chance. Uh,
While
you
we're
don't have
doing
to give
that,
me. Uh huh.
yeah, while we're doing that, Kel will make sure everyone's got a drink or something to eat and stuff
Okay.
to host.
Mm, mm, mm.
And before it gets too late, does somebody want to update Corrine that we'll use her sending circle tomorrow morning?
Finn will push himself up from the table and just give a nod and head out. He's gonna walk up to Corinne's house.
Nana will kind of tail after Fen.
So you're tailing.
Thanks, Nana.
Indeed.
Stealth from Nana, perception from Fen.
Last time my character tailed a party member, he got punched.
That's true.
That's true.
Sometimes a PvP happens that you weren't ready for.
22.
22.
Damn. I mean, meets it, beats it.
No, again,
Oh.
This is against me meets it beats it. Against saving throws meets it beats it. Against AC meets it beats it. You guys roll again.
Got it. Oof.
28.
A lot
Ooh,
better.
27.
Wow. Yeah, Fen, you're being tailed. So you can tell somebody is following you. Maybe not who it is exactly in this moment, but somebody is following you through the streets of Jarlsbecker.
Super. Completely apropos of nothing, have I successfully located a stealthing humanoid?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
You're
Cool.
welcome.
Yeah, Fen will make his way, upon noticing that he is being followed, gonna make his way around the corner of a building
Mm-hmm.
and up a rope trick.
Mm,
And
yeah.
he's gonna do the same thing that got him in trouble last time.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as this person, he's dropping on this person.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah, Nana, you turn the corner. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
ah, shit, where is he?
Yeah, he's
Fen,
fast.
roll like an attack for me.
Mm-hmm.
Unarmed strike.
Yeah, give me like
Yeah.
an unarmed strike scenario.
Mm-hmm.
What's a 12 on the die? So let me figure out what the fuck Fenn's unarmed strike is, since I don't know if I've ever done that.
When's the last time he's done that?
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's a 17 to hit.
Does not hit.
Are you currently equipping your shield?
I
'Cause
don't think so. No,
Okay.
I don't think. Do I? Do I have that? Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. 17. I apologize. I'd forgotten I had that on.
So what's your new armor class without it on?
It's 17.
Okay, and what did you roll, Fen?
17.
Okay, yeah, this is
Yep.
a
In this case, it do meet it, and it do
scenario.
beat it.
Yeah, Fen, you fully land on this person.
Yep.
Does 1 point of damage for an unarmed
Yeah.
strike.
Yeah.
1 point of damage from this live elf just falling on you.
Yep.
Um,
Ah! Oh.
I think he would have attempted to, or had considered drawing his kukri and putting it to the throat of whoever that he pounced on, but probably recognized pretty quickly that it was Nana. And
kind of like mid-fall.
in
You've
86
100% like fallen on Nana. You've gotten Nana with this type of thing before.
86 that idea immediately,
Mm-hmm.
and then helps Nana to her feet. And my goodness, why on earth would you do that?
Somebody's got to make sure you're fine.
Well, you made me feel very not fine, honestly.
Sorry. I didn't think Corinne would appreciate me showing up, so thought I'd keep
Then why did
myself
you show
mum.
up?
I've told you why I don't like the idea of you and Corinne being alone together, and you don't believe me, so I didn't think it was worth bringing up.
Nana, we need her help. She's agreed to help us.
That's fine.
We've set a timetable for when we would meet her. There was no reason to take up anybody else's time to meet with her, tell her where we needed to go and when. She's already agreed to help us. This is the second time consecutively that we've explicitly asked her for help.
I know.
And she's agreed to give it. No questions asked.
I know.
I don't understand your mistrust for her.
That's fine. You don't need to.
We've gone back and forth with people who we have fought with, bled with, come to blows with, come to amends with, all day, and none have offered us the help that Corinne has.
I know. That's why I'm not showing my face. I'm not going to jeopardize this. I'm not going to sink this. I'm not going to make you look a fool. I wasn't even going to show my face until you dropped on me. So if you'd like to go on along and talk with Corinne, then do.
We need to talk to her because we told her that we would talk to her this evening
I
once we'd
know.
sorted out the details.
I know.
You could have just said, Finn, I'll come with you.
Again,
I don't think she dislikes you. I've no reason to believe that she dislikes you. Why wouldn't you want to show your face? Just walk side by side with me, shoulder to shoulder, like we've done so many times before. Tell Corrine what we need her to do, the thing she's already agreed to help us with.
I'll be there.
Let's go then. Fenn's gonna brush the packed snow off Nana's shoulders after he helps her up off the ground. Like, come along.
Get on with it.
There's no time for conflict between
I'm
you and
not gonna
I.
say anything. Let's
No,
go.
I'm talking about you and I, not you and Corrine. We don't have time for this.
I'm not going to say you're not ready for this, Fen. I know you are. You're gonna be fine tomorrow. I know you are.
All right, let's go.
That's all.
Can't do tomorrow if we don't do tonight. Come on.
Right.
The guards let you in. Corrine does not make her way to the fire this time, as it is later in the evening. But she does open the door and kind of stands in the doorway. It looks like she probably has a nightgown on and has put something on over it. Um, she sort of stands there barefoot in the doorway. So, do you have information for me?
We've gathered who we could. Um, they're all in Jarlsberger as we speak. We need to get to Snow's Way tomorrow morning. First thing.
Of
There,
course.
there are. Mm, Infernal will recount the number. I can't do it in the.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just all the information
Um,
that's relevant.
I can't remember the exact amount that can go through, but I can make sure that you are able to do 2 rounds if it doesn't work. I'll send message out that way. Is there anything else?
Nothing specifically that I can ask for. I already feel we're asking too much.
Well, you paid for the services, so you need not worry.
You have my thanks, my lady. Um, I hope to see you again.
Well, I am and have always been very appreciative of your kindness. And I hope there is a later to be had. Would both of you like a nightcap before you go?
Um, Ben very much wants one, but he's going to look to Nana.
Mm. Nana will nod. Tomorrow promises to be a grim day. Yes, thank you.
And I feel quite rude inviting you all in when I am not dressed. I didn't think about it, but come in anyways. I should at least put a
We've
shoe on
hardly
or
announced
something.
ourselves, so.
I think Fen blushes again uncontrollably.
Uh, Follow me just to the sitting area in the front. I'd hate to take up your time. She kind of like waves her hand across the room where you can see the assistant already waiting and looming, who goes and gets uh, a very nice, very old looking bottle of liquor,
Mm.
and pours everybody a small glass worth. And Corrine lifts it to survival at any cost.
Fen joins the toast.
And may we all be able to pay it.
You all drink. If something has to taste like complex, old, and expensive, this is it.
I bet.
You're like, I understand. There is sometimes you're like, okay, this is expensive, and what of it? This is like, okay,
Oh, okay.
a little
Aha.
bit.
This does taste of the price tag. I see. I
Okay.
see.
Okay. But you have a quiet drink with Corrine where she does do like pleasantries, but does not like seem to pry or ask about too much. But um, eventually you finish your drinks and you can be on your way.
Fen will do another deep bow. Thank you so much for all of your help. Um, I'm not sure we'd have been able to accomplish this without your assistance.
Mm. Well, when you survive, you'll have to come back and tell me your stories of heroicism and victory and what have you.
Yes, my lady. And Fen fights off an urge to elbow Nana into saying thank you as well. But
Just hold his elbows so hard at
he's
his sides.
not he's not gonna do it, but he's thinking about it.
Nana will say thank you for your assistance.
Of course. You know my fee, and she smiles. I'll walk you to the door. And she stands up, and like her robe like falls over, and you can see her shoulder exposed, little spaghetti strap negligee. And she makes her way to the door, says very polite goodbyes, and will send you on your way.
Nana's walking back to the inn.
And side by side.
Okay. Anything else from the team before the morning? Anything else you want to discuss or plan or prep?
I think that Nana's going to sit down and have a talk with the fire. If it is possible to catch her attention, because we are calling help from all corners and don't know exactly what's going down tomorrow, but at the very least we're going to be in close proximity to a large source of magical power.
So you'll have to catch her when Roshan is in the mansion, because that's the only time she seemed to be able to move freely and speak with you.
Okay.
So you could go to your room and start a conversation. Eventually, like, you don't even have to like go looking. Eventually heat begins to fill the room and you know that the flame is there.
Tomorrow's the day. We're hoping to stop all of this. And there will be a very large source of very volatile magical energy, which we have been told would be very bad to break. But I wonder if there might be some way we might be able to redirect it, even if it isn't of your kind of magic.
You are incredibly intuitive. When I heard of this situation, as Roshan was kind enough to allow me to view the memories along with you, that looks like an astronomical amount of power that I think you're right could be used to help aid me from separating from the other two shadows. Um, the type of magic, and I'll just say this for your ease, the type of magic need not matter. Roshan would know this as he has drawn power from many sources for the shadows, um, some of them being akin to corruption. So it matter not the source, just the strength of it, I suppose.
It promises
Which,
to be strong.
and I would only seek for one. I would not want to risk tampering with the others, though that means I'm going to need to save my strength for it,
Hmm.
which I will be there with you, and I find you incredibly capable. I don't think you need me, but I'm going to need you. Once the battery is unguarded, we are going to need to get close, you and I.
Okay.
Are you fine with one more evening of just something between you and I?
I think that
Mm.
if it means that we can rob Bosch of some of his power and give us the means to beat down whatever it is he has protecting it, then yes.
All right. All right. Then that's what we'll do. We focus on the fight. It's the most important aspect.
Right.
But once the opportunity presents itself, we'll move on the battery.
Okay. When we reach it, what do you need?
I need, the words for it are, I'm sure that the other shadows could paint a much prettier picture. But there needs to be a flesh conduit, someone of substance and blood. I cannot interact with it on my own. I will need to work through you. I understand that magical learnings are not your forte, so it may be very difficult. But in that moment, I will guide you through it as best I can.
I trust that you'll understand the magic well enough for the both of us.
And I have a question for you, because if I were going into battle, I'd want to know. Let us say we get to the battery, and Roshan asks you to stop. Are you going to cave? Are you going to bend?
I care for him deeply. I care for all of them deeply. But I can't be the weak link. I can't leave options on the table. I can't hesitate anymore. So to free you and understand, I would much prefer this to hurt the others as little as it can. If there's any way that that can be mitigated, any way that Roshan and the other shadows might be safeguarded from lasting harm, if there's anything that can be done, I would beg it be considered. But to free you, to defeat Bosch, to stop this threat, I will not cave.
Good girl. You have a war to fight tomorrow. You best prepare yourself.
Yeah. May I ask,
Hmm.
do you know at all anything of what you were before you were a part of this deal, this group? Do you have any remains of what once was who you were?
I'm beginning to wonder how the other face, the shadow that stood in the front before me, being in this position, could not acquire more on themselves, as being in this position has filled me with quite the insight on myself, and some of it I find encouraging, and some of it I find near diminishing, as I am the birth of magic and I bleed gold. I am a I am a god, I know that. I know I could bear the name Gulveg, and yet I don't know if I am her, because I am just a piece of something. But once I am separate and I am my whole entity, I can be just something that's me. I will either be Gulvig or I will be something greater and new, and I am content for either.
Either I would see as a much better fate for you. I would wish that.
I'm glad it's you, your blood. I remember it, or she does.
Really?
That was, it's important. I know that. Maybe not in the sense of you and I never got to meet until now. You and her did not get to meet. But I'm starting to wonder if that was. I wonder if that was her choice or not.
I don't know, and I don't know if it would feel better or worse to know for certain, but all my life, Ave was said to be Gulveg's blessed, beloved, anointed, and he carried it well. But since his passing, since reading his writings, I wonder how much of it was simply faith and to be able to speak in truth with one who at least feels themselves to be a fragment of Gulveg humbles me. I'm thankful that you choose to do so.
I am incredibly confident in my choice.
Thank you.
You should rest.
Much to do.
And you can feel the room begin to go back to a normal temperature. Anybody else before the sun do rise?
I I guess how long does Alyona stay around?
She is currently working, and then like midnight will approach, and then 2 a.m. will approach, and she is still working.
Okay, yeah. Roshan will take it easy and get his rest, but be there if she needs assistance.
Okay. It's almost like watching somebody like just make a puzzle, like somebody who enjoys puzzles, but it is the amount of effort and hesitation that comes with making a puzzle. It is just like digging through, finding what she wants, slapping it down without hesitation. There is no fear or worry in working with magics of this scale. As you can see, the longer she works, the more intense the magic of this item becomes. This in itself could be a time bomb the same way the batteries are. Maybe not as extravagant because they are not connected in the same way. It is just its own thing. But if something terrible were to happen to this item, you're like, ugh. You're like, if this goes wrong, this item is a problem in and of itself. If it is, so hopefully Alyona knows what she's doing. Is kind of the thing. But by morning, she will pick up this ring that looks um oddly less bulky than it did before. Like a lot of it was like shaved off and changed, and she places it in your hand. I'll explain it to them how it works, and then I suppose I'll be on my way.
Thank you again. Without your help, I'm certain somebody will have died, but perhaps this way no one will have to.
She leans in close and she like grasps your shoulders. You hold on to that optimism as long as you can. I think it's important.
Roshan wrestles with the soul-crushing nature of that until everyone wakes up.
Uh, if nobody else had anything, the morning does come and you have a long rest. Alyona like goes and talks to whoever wants to listen is welcome to, but she describes how this item will allow somebody to like take hold of the battery, remove it safely from even if it is active, can like acquire the battery and hold on to it. Like it's basically just like a big fancy glove that can reach in, grab the item, and hold on to it without having to do the whole disarming tactic. Basically, it's just somebody being like, "I'm going to cut the blue wire," and cuts the blue wire, and it's right. Is basically the setup of the item, and that is handed over to Russ, who takes it. He's like, "That's what I would have done anyways." So, and kind of shrugs.
Now you can do it and maybe not burn your hand or something. That'd be good.
We'll see.
That's amazing.
It's good to have.
Bend over,
Alyona,
eye contact.
yeah, Alyona like leans in. I just want to be perfectly clear. Even if you are in a scenario where you are able to grab this battery, take it out, put it down, keep it safe, do not attempt any of the other batteries with it. I don't think it'll work. And
One-time use.
yeah, yeah, I think it'll kill you. I think it'll kill you dead. So don't use it
Duh.
twice.
Only
Right.
one.
Only once. Okay.
Russ stares at it in unkillable. Uh-huh.
I only need the one. I'm only gonna be close to the one.
I'm gonna sprint to the others, you better believe.
Oh, God damn it, no.
You're fucking coming so fast.
He is fast.
Oh God,
He
he
could
is.
probably get to one of the other batteries.
God.
Nobody tell him where they are.
Fed might
Nobody
be
give him the
faster.
other locations. Ooh,
Yeah.
they'll have to have a race if they don't die.
Hmm.
Well, this has been fun. Message me when you're done so I know if you die or not. And then if it like then it's a problem I have to deal with, and I won't blame you if that happens. But
Thanks for not blaming us if that happens.
of course,
Would it
Good to have
be
that.
strange to ask you for a hug?
I suppose, but that's what people do, isn't it?
Could I have a hug, Alyona?
I suppose. She'll come in and it's one of those like head to bosom hugs. As she like towers over you a bit in her heels.
And I think
That's what he wanted.
Roshan will just, for a short moment, feel some of the emotions of the last few days and just whisper thanks and then button it up and bid her adieu.
Of course. And she like runs her fingers like over your hair. I don't like it. And makes her way out.
Damn.
You go see your
Neg him while
grandma
you
for
go, why don't you?
Thanksgiving. She doesn't like it.
But she did give you a really cool toy.
Yeah.
She gives the best gifts for Christmas.
Leaves with a smile on her face afterwards, and exits the space.
Right.
Well, is everyone ready?
Next place I've got to be is the post office in Snow's Way. Pick up Marche's package. Make sure anything else that was left for us isn't just waiting.
I know it's probably a waste. Would you mind reaching out to Ptolemaeus and see if he's made any progress on the thing I asked?
I suppose. Roshan will message Tall and oh gosh, this is awkward. This is the first time that Roshan has messaged him since not saying goodbye and refusing to say goodbye. So I think he's just very cold about it and will just say, "Hello, Ptolemaeus. We're heading into danger today, and Fen is requesting an update on his ask. Hope you are well." And then that's it.
Okay. It is very good to hear from you. Heard from Fen. Hope you're well. I just received the schematics. I have not even acquired the components, more or less fixed the original build. I need much more time.
Roshan will convey that by saying, "Sounds like the mundane ways of crafting are not so quick as Alyona and this ring, and Tall has not even gotten components yet."
I probably should have guessed that. Would be foolish for me not to have asked, though.
Naturally. It's all right. It's all right. All the more reason for us to survive so that we can follow up with him.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping to accomplish, I suppose. All right, and then slings his crossbow back over his neck, and we're ready.
Ready
Are
as
our
we've ever been.
gathered crews also ready?
Yep, you can see them together. You see that like Russ is like sitting at a table with his group. All right, I feel confident in bringing all of you along with me, but this is an ask mostly from me. You do not have to come along. This is going to be dangerous, and I would not ask that of you. This is your chance to back out. You can back out at any time moving forward. But now is probably your safest chance to do so. There's no obligation to follow me to this. The two people I trust most in the world have told me this is important. And so I'm going to be there. It is up to you if you'd like to join me or not. Also, this counts as overtime pay, so take that as you will. And you see there's a moment where they all sort of like look at him. And then there's kind of like nods from everyone in the group, including the newly hired Qualis, who nods to come along. So all of Russ's team is officially in. None of them back out. The ladies are like eating breakfast and drinking. Very just like casual and just like talking to each other like they aren't about to go do this. But the second you start moving, they'll get up and they'll come with. You guys are heading to the very normal inks and paper shop.
Extremely
Before we
normal
head
ink and paper
out,
shop.
Keld's gonna
Mhm.
hand out some treats that he made.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's getting treats?
Fortunately, I can only make 5, so I think he's gonna give it to us, and then the 5th one to Qualis.
Okay,
Yeah.
Wallace gets.
Yeah.
Let me make a note.
Thanks, champ.
You got this, bud.
Wallace gets a snack.
And that's
Um,
5 temp HP whenever you eat it. You have 8 hours to eat it.
I'm
8 hours
giving
to
mine
eat
to
it.
Russ.
Yeah,
'cause-
no. Fen is giving his to Russ.
Oh, please
Russ
let
is-
me over. I get temp HP from my druid stuff. So
Fen is giving his to Russ.
Russ
Fen
has
is
two.
Fen.
Do they stack? Like, I don't think that's how it works.
Maybe just pass them around.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
He'll hand Fens off to. He'll hand it to Brynja. Russ. Let me. So Qualis, Russ, and Brynja get snacks, so they're gonna get temp HP. Okay.
I'll take a
And-
regular snack though, like not a fancy one.
Fresh out. No.
Yeah. I guess I'll drink poison.
I can offer you a stale croissant.
You're given a stale pastry, but you could still enjoy it.
Right.
All of you make your way forwards, walking through the barely lit streets of Jarlsbecker this fine early morning. And oddly, strangely, the inks and charcoals and paper shop is open at the ass crack of dawn. You never know when somebody may need papers and chalk or something.
Somebody might need a letter scrivened. You never know.
You head inside, and there is a tired woman standing at the desk. Okay, and she doesn't even like do any of the formalities. Just kind of like looks over the group. Okay, and then starts to turn and then stops as people start to file in. And standing in the doorway is Randall and a horse.
Oh no.
And she stares and narrows her eyes.
Could
And
we
Randall
polymorph the horse?
narrows his eyes. Would you guys like to use one of your spell slots to
Oh,
polymorph this
dear.
horse? Okay.
Nana wouldn't have volunteered it necessarily, but it was funny.
Randall kind of like tightens a grip on the reins.
Mm.
You don't have to be a prude about it. She's trained. and is going to lead his horse through the shop.
Horse shits
Um,
on floor.
I'll roll for horse shits on floor.
Oh no!
She is well trained. She does not
She's
shit
well
on
trained.
floor yet.
She is a
And
lady.
you all make your way. Horse definitely takes up a lot of space on a teleportation circle. So Randall climbs up, and so does Qualis. So they both like sit on the horse to try and like not take up as much space. Um, I'm not going to think about it too hard, whether it takes one try or two. All of you are
However many, we were told
transported.
we could have them.
Yeah, you are transported through time and space, um, kind of feeling your bodies like unravel for a second and then come back together real aggressive as you land on a similar teleportation circle as the door opens, as somebody comes out to greet you. And that's where we're going to stop for today. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. We love telling you a story. If you'd like to keep up with us and that story, you can head over to youtube.com/the Dice Cult to watch past episodes. You can also watch the first episode of Gossamer Vale, which is over on YouTube. And also, we'll premiere. We already did it. It'll premiere
We
every
did the
time in my
premiere.
heart.
Boo!
Every
Uh,
time's a premiere, guys.
every time's a
Every new
premiere.
episode is a
On
premiere
YouTube, you can make
episode.
anything a premiere. There's just a
That's
button.
true.
There's just a button. But you can join us by Thursdays, which Thursdays have always been by Thursdays. It's just for us that means we stream every
Extra
other week for
pod.
Gossamer Vale. And you can join us then if you want to keep up with that sort of information easier. We are at Backs of Gods on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to keep up with all of us, we are at the Dice Cult on Instagram and Twitter and Blue Sky. If you want some dice, you can go to the chat or the box below. They were treating me very kind today. Very good rolls. Very mean to me the other day, but it's all about story.
They made up for it.
They did.
True.
They certainly made up for the the casual rolls of today. We'll see if they continue to be kind for a battle looming on the horizon. Um, Thank you all again. We appreciate it. We love telling you a story. We'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.